Today we are reviewing the following product, the Norwegian electric locomotive EL14 from NMJ Topline series. This has been a very anticipated product in the Scandinavian modeling scene, as there was previously only a model from Liva available, which was produced until around 2000. There was also an exclusive NMJ Superland handmade brass model in limited edition, which was made in the mid-2000s. Since this model is from the Topline series, it has a price tag around €270 in the base DC version. Different liveries of the locomotive are available or will be coming in the next years. We got the CargoNet edition, which is the one still running to this day. The model is delivered in a sturdy box with a lot of padding, which makes the product feel exclusive. The manual explains a lot about the history of the locomotive. It comes in Norwegian, English and German, but the German translation is at some point a bit strange but still understandable. As usual does NMJ not compromise on realism. You will find all possible details on the locomotive. Compared to other brands, everything is already mounted, so you won't need to glue anything on. The model is quite heavy, so it should be able to pull heavy trains too. The model comes as DC only, so you will have to buy an extra decoder with MTC21 connector. The locomotive has a speaker, so it is possible to install a sound decoder. NMJ provides pre-programmed ones with the correct sound. If you are running with Merklin tracks, you can buy an extra conversion kit for around €30. The decoder and the conversion kit can be installed for a fee for you. To convert the locomotive and install the decoder, you will first have to remove the housing. This is done by stretching it to unclip it from the chassis. I don't like this system and prefer screws. If you are using DC tracks, just install the decoder. To select the center pickup, change the little switch to AC. Put the housing back on. If you only have C-tracks, you can keep the wheel change, but since we are using K-tracks, we have to do it. Turn the locomotive around. Remove the side covers. Unclip the drive shaft cover. Then remove the wheels. Then place back the new wheels. Be sure to have one set with traction tires on each bogie. I find that one traction tire per bogie is not enough. When using Merklin tracks, you have double contacts, so they could have added an extra tire. Then mount the center pickup. I also replace the front snow plug with a variant which allows me to use a coupler also in the front. That way the locomotive can be used more versatilely. If you want the locomotive only in a showcase, you can mount the couplerless version on both ends. I will replace the coupler at a later point with a Roco universal coupler, as it is more secure than the standard coupler. The locomotive runs okay. At slow speed it is a bit stuttering, but it might be due to the new axles which are not lubricated enough. It has several light functions. White lights, red lights, light in the cab which behaves like a neon tube, and upper lights with high beam, and all these lights also on the other side. The cab light is direction dependent, but the decoder could be reconfigured so that each could be turned independently. So let's read on the layout. After 15 seconds we find the first issue. The locomotive gets stuck on a K-track double slip crossover. When removing the wheel cover, the locomotive runs fine over them. After close inspection, it shows that an extension and the standard tube get stuck on the studs on the neighbor track. The solution is to remove 1 mm of these. Now the locomotive runs without any problem over the crossings. The locomotive needs a minimum radius of 42 cm. This isn't a problem for our layout since the main line has a minimum of 50 cm. The prototypical trains should use either container or log cars. The Merkels cars we used here are a bit too cool for that locomotive. It is planned to buy some B models log cars which we showed in a previous video. All in all, we like the model. It looks good, as it is the case for all NMJ models. We will have to work on the driving characteristics at slow speed, either with some lubrication or decoder adjustment. The ability to easily convert the locomotive between AC and DC is really neat. If you decide to change system, you can just convert the locomotive in a matter of minutes and don't have to buy a new one. Also, the pricing is good for a locomotive with all these kind of details. There should be an option just to buy the pickup if you don't need the wheel conversion. The only bad thing is that it took us 15 seconds to find out that the locomotive was not tested on some standard tracks which is supposed to run on. For the next model we can gladly test some prototypes.